So when are taxes due? How do I file my taxes? And what do I do if I'm not ready to file my taxes by the deadline? Well, if you're looking for those answers, then this video is for you. But first, before we jump into the video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so we need to put more videos out just like this. All right, so when is the tax deadline? Well, tax day for 2022 for the previous 2021 tax year is going to be on April 18th. That is actually the same Monday as Easter Monday, but that is going to be the day that it has to be filed for the IRS not to count it as a late penalty for when you're filing your taxes. There are some other ways that you can go around moving this actual due date around, like what my partner Bradford went through a video right here, and that'll be up here in the corner that you can look at how to actually file an extension for your taxes. It's pretty easy. I'm not going to run through it in this video, but if you wanted to take a look at that, then that's going to be a link right up here in the corner, as well as at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about how you can actually file your taxes for free. It's a quick and easy way to do that, but there will be a step-by-step process, and we'll talk about that at the end of the video. The next thing that I want to talk about is going to be how do I actually file my taxes in the first place. And so if you're one of the first people out there doing their taxes, if you're a beginner, then I will also have another video up here in the corner that will kind of run through exactly how to do your taxes, all the paperwork you need, how you can prepare for it, and the avenues to go about filing those taxes as well. So I just wanted to go over a brief synopsis of the different forms that you're going to need to use for your taxes having to do with this upcoming tax due date. If you're somebody that's looking for a way to file your taxes without having to use a CPA, trying to do it yourself, and you're trying to do this, then there are a couple different forms that you need to know about. For the average person, the W-2 is going to be the one that they're going to be using if they are just a regular employed income. And that's something that your employer is going to give to you. I have a video up in the corner that's going to run through all the paperwork having to do with the average American that will be going through their taxes. If you're somebody that is self-employed, or if you're in a sole proprietor, or if there is some other type of income that you are getting that is not from a typical income from a job, then you're going to need either the Schedule C having to do with the sole proprietorship. You'll need the IRS Form 1065 partnership tax form return, or you'll need a Schedule K1. Those are the biggest ones. That doesn't cover every single area, but that will cover most of the self-employed or the sole proprietorships or the LLCs. And we do have some videos going over how to actually get those accomplished up here in the corner. So if you want to take a look at that. The other thing that I want to talk about is if you're not ready for your taxes, then you can actually file for a tax extension. And it's a pretty simple process as well. We have also gone through this, and if you're interested in that, that'll be up in the corner as well. So I know that we've kind of talked a little bit about all the different forms that we can use and the process from doing that and how we can do that all without you having to use a CPA and filing that yourself. So jumping back to the tax deadline coming up for April 18th, one thing I do want to note that if you are somebody that is getting some other type of income that is not automatically having a withholding amount on that time that it was given to you, then you will need to start paying a tax on that, or at least have a quarterly estimate of what you're going to be paying so that you don't end up having to pay any fees. And so for a normal job, your employer is going to be going ahead and withholding a certain amount of tax every month so that they can estimate and assume what you're going to need to be paying taxes at the end of the year. If, for say, you are self-employed and you're not automatically pulling withholding and you get to the end of the year, then you're going to have a whole bunch of taxes that you have to pay, as well as some fees because you did not give a quarterly estimate to what you were supposed to be paying. And so you have to really keep that in mind, that if April 18th comes up and you have not been withholding any money, you're going to have to pay your taxes as well as some fees, as well as the next form of taxes having to do with the income that you made for that particular quarter. So that's a quick rundown of the tax deadline of April 18th, as well as a bunch of different ways that you can get your taxes accomplished and some videos that you can take a look at up here. If you got some good information from this video, hit that like and subscribe button. I just want to remind you, from your first penny you're pinching to the last penny of your million, I want to remind you to pinch a little bit.